Did you hear about this whole they're going to try and get rid of kickoffs again?
No, they're not.
I'm so happy that you brought this up because I was thinking about this, and this is nonsense. It's nonsense. And you know what their solution is to knocking out the kickoff?
Go ahead. I know what it is, but I know a lot of people out there don't, so why don't you go for it?
The team that scores the touchdown gets a 4th and 15 on their 30-yard line. And they have the option to either go for the 4th and 15 or just punt it away. Now, most of the time you're going to punt it away. I heard a stat today which opened my eyes to it. It said onside kick, the success rate of an onside kick is around 24%. The success rate of a 4th and 15 is around 28%. So, I mean, it evens out, but I look at one game, makes me think, like, you know what, I don't know. It's that Saints-Colts game, that Super Bowl game. You would never have anything like that where they come out at halftime and they throw in a trick onside kick. And that was really the turning point in the Super Bowl. So how can you take out the kickoff?
Because they're trying to eliminate concussions and big hits. They're making everything a touch football game now. I'm telling you, they're trying to change the culture of the NFL. I'm telling you, in a few years, quarterbacks are going to be like kickers. You're not going to be able to touch them. You're not going to be able to hit receivers in certain ways. They're changing the game to make it less physical. It's practically going to be a flag football game in 20 years from now. And it makes me sad.
Love points, and that's another reason,
I agree with what I've heard. I agree with what I've heard a lot lately, where people are saying, let them go back to the old school leather helmets. Cut down on the pads and let them go back to the old school leather helmets, because you will not have guys leading with their head. They will not have a weapon to use. They will knock themselves out.
Another good thing. A lot of guys in the NFL don't use mouthpieces. And believe it or not, that little piece of rubber between your teeth can prevent a concussion more than you could think. Most concussions are caused from your jaw slamming up against the top of your head. It jolts your brain, and that's how you get a concussion. Hockey helmets with cages for high school and college players and youth level.
Well, even in basketball and
clips to make sure that can't happen.
Even youth level basketball now requires mouthpieces as well. I had to wear one when I was in high school playing basketball.
Yeah. And you know what? The whole kickoff thing, look, to me, I understand the concept of it, but I heard somebody else make a great argument. Start teaching players how to tackle the right way again.
You could try and teach them from a young level, but I'm telling you, with the way the pads are made now, I mean, you literally have no fear with the way the helmets are made now. They're more concussion-proof now than they've ever been, and yet you're seeing more concussions now than you've ever seen because guys are using it as a weapon. If you take that away from them, I really agree. Go back to leather helmets and no face masks, and I guarantee you will not have as many concussions. You will not have as many headshots. It's just a fact.
I think is too, though, that the speed and the whole reason they want to take the kickoff out is because these guys are bigger and faster. So when they get that time to run downfield at somebody, and they're having those big-time collisions, that's why they want to take it out.
Yeah.
But, they're bigger and faster, and it's the nature of the game. Guys are going to get bigger and faster, and they're going to hit harder. And you know what's going to happen? Guys are going to get tougher and stronger. And that's just the way it's got to go. They can't keep soft-stepping around it all,
Yeah. And you know what? Me personally, though, I don't like the idea just because I think you're taking away from the enjoyment of the game. I don't. And I know where you're coming from. I completely understand what the idea. Change the helmets because you're completely right. Players do look at it like that. This is not here to protect me. This is something I can use to jar a ball free or deliver a harder hit on a quarterback or deliver a harder hit on a guy coming, across the middle or something.
Yeah.
They don't look at it as this is here to protect my head. They don't treat it that way.
No.
And I completely understand where you're coming from, and I've heard that suggestion as well. Either which way,
take it away. Guys will not be leading with their head because you will not lead with your head if you don't have a helmet on.
True.
If you got nothing but a piece of leather.
Fast pace, and they don't have face masks, and they don't lead with their head.
Exactly.
So you guys are right.